Hey everybody, welcome, thank you for clicking, thanks for the watch. Uh, I am starting to do a coloring book, and I did a screen capture of my first attempt, and I kind of, you know, I was trying to just go straight to it so I can capture it all in a video that's not too long, but in order to get the details as tight as I'd like, if I'm gonna offer something for sale with confidence, I kind of want to just not worry about the clock. So I decided to just do my captures, and I'll just play through them and record them. And you can see how I drew the process I went through of making this little lion deal. I guess I'll just go ahead and get into it. Let's get some music in the background so it's not too boring. You don't have to hear me babble too dang much. We'll go over to, well, you used to always have it recommended. Yeah, there we go. The audio library here. I let the picture decide my mood. Looks like I've listened to all these. I try to go down the list to a point where I haven't, listened to things. Looks like I've hit so many of these. Like all of them. Okay, that one. Alright, and I'll just go to the screen caps. Kind of fast forward through them. Oh, this is the snake. Excuse me, not this one. This was my first attempt, and that's when I decided to put like a template in there and stuff. So, not that one. Or was it that one? Yeah, it was this one. I'm sorry. Start from the top. Basically, this is my first attempt at this. Are we going back? No, we're going forwards. And I decided, like I said, if I want to make higher quality pictures, I was gonna, this is just me. Hey, I played the same dang song yesterday. Who knew? I googled and I went through the searches of how to get, images that you're allowed to use, and you see no filter, no license. Anyways, there's options in there so you can get images that are like fair use, where people won't, come after you or say you used my picture. And I'm just using it as reference anyway, but I'm just trying to dodge any of those bullets. It is a bummer because you do get limited when you do that. Like some of the really sweet pictures that really pop and grab your attention are not going to come up. You kind of get more plain Jane and generic images, but there's still so much out there. You can find something especially good enough for a reference. And I was basically just looking for a lion face that had symmetry, because I knew I was going to use the symmetry tool to help things go quicker and easy, and to make a picture. Symmetrical pictures are great for doing coloring books. A lot of people do these to zone out, and there's nothing wrong with that. Here I basically just decided I wanted to have like a nice thick rim for framing, and instead of going straight into it like the last one, I did a rough, so I didn't have to feel pressure. I could be a little loose, and I basically was just making sure I got the bulk of the features of the animal in there. Played with size and scale so it fit in there nice, and so you get the whole thing in there. knew if I left it plain, it wouldn't be as fun to color. So I kind of turned it into a liger, just so there was more shapes and little nooks and crannies for people to play with colors. And then I struggled a lot because I knew there was going to be empty space in the top corners, and I thought I was going to put grass on the bottom and leaves up top, something that felt, African savanna vibe. And said, okay, I'll make his mane kind of a little more narrow. So I decided to add more features to just make something a little more interesting to color. I actually abandoned the reference at this point for the most part. And then I just start searching for designs that I could put in those empty spots. I basically just struggled with that for a while.
Thousands of people are listening to this commercial about how easy it is to switch and save hundreds.
And I thought I was going to put these random squares, but I didn't think that really complemented it. I was putting these these lines. They weren't really looking more grass. I was thinking tight look. And I thought, okay, what's African-y? I thought, okay, I'll put a African shield in there. I didn't want to look, mimic the Kenyan logo, the Kenyan flag shield too much, which has a shield and crossing spears. But when I was putting it in there, it just didn't complement the space in a way I liked. So I ended up ditching that idea. Thought I'd do a lion silhouette. Anyways, that's about it. We can go on to the next one now. And basically what I ended up doing is, you'll see me, I turned it off and then I played with some ideas, and I started just doing like a square and a circle, and I said, hey, that kind of fills the space nice. That was just a quick sloppy by hand. I used the tools to use the circles and kind of got this little rough grid, and I liked the way that looked. So from there, I decided to start doing the cleanup, which is my favorite part anyway. And I'll shut up and just let you zone out on the music and watch me do that. I wish I drew this fast in real life. This is where it would take more time, because in order to get things real crisp on the edges, I zoom in and change the size of my tool and zoom out so the details can be a little more clean, a little more professional looking, a little more polished. Put a lot of big black eyes because everyone kind of likes mascara looking eyes. So he has like My Little Pony or lady eyes, even though it's a male lion, but that's what draws our attention. Sometimes I try to stick 100% as close to the reference and get photorealistic and not worry about what I think I'm seeing and just worry about what I'm seeing. And then there's other times where I want to just use the reference to make sure that I have the masses and the basic shapes and proportions in roughly the right area to seem realistic. And then I'll push it to just kind of make it look illustrative or cool. That's when it comes more stylized. Pick your poisons. There's a time and place for when you want to just stick 100% to the reference, and when you want to go your own way and complement it. When you're using the symmetry tool, that's where it can all fall apart, is right where the lines actually meet. That's where it can either work or get so far off that it really takes you away from it. And I'm finding that out now. I usually never use symmetry tools, but I think for coloring book drawings, it just really works, personally. Now, if I was doing a live recording, or if I was drawing this in real life, I'd call it done right here. But because it's digital, I can kind of zoom in and get finer details, which you can do in real life. Like, you know, you could have switch to a finer marker and stuff, but it's just something I wouldn't do in traditional stuff. You know, I'm definitely not using all the tools in this machine, because, quite frankly, I don't know them that good. I'm not the master of software. So I'm kind of using it like I would with a pencil doing a rough, and then like a Sharpie marker cleaning it up. And I only kind of jump in and tweak it with zooming in and changing brush size for details that I wouldn't be able to do in real life. Just kind of go into the main and add more black, kind of sharpen it up and give it more individual pieces and sections that I feel people would enjoy coloring. Like I was saying, I just kind of zoom in and sharpen up the edges. what I kind of like about not live is I can listen, because I don't always listen to this music when I'm drawing. I can listen to whatever I like. Like sometimes I'm in the mood for trap, but I don't want to play that if I do a live recording, because I don't want to get, you know, tinged for copyright, because I have no idea. I listen to a channel called Ryan Celsius and Stay Away. Check them out on YouTube. And you know, they're pretty good, but I don't think they mix it themselves. I think they grab other stuff from SoundCloud and put their own thing on there. But if you're into that type of music, I'd say check them out, because they find the good stuff. You can kind of put it on in the background and do your art. Here I didn't use the square tool, so it's a little off. I just grabbed the line tool, because some of those tools, they don't work as intuitively as I'd like, and they frustrate me. So I was like, I'd rather do it by hand. And I just go in and kind of sharpen out a little bit of the flaws. And that's about it. That's how I made my drawing. This here line. I'm just gonna post this video and turn it into a QR code, put it in the corner here, and hopefully once I get about 24 of these done, we'll have a coloring book offered for you. Thanks for the click. Y'all take care.